What's up, guys? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. This week has been quite eventful so far. A lot has been happening behind closed doors, and things are now coming into light. With all the bullish news we've been getting all week, we will likely see the figures go even higher in the next few weeks. But before we get into all the nitty-gritty of today's video, let's roll that beautiful intro. As always, we welcome you back to MoneySide, your favorite crypto news channel. If you are new here, welcome to the XRP fam. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. Now, getting back into today's video, we have this tweet from Ripple XRP that says XRP's primary purpose is facilitating cross-border payments, while other cryptos find their value in speculation. The train has already left the station. XRP $1.06. As we all know, Ripple is an international digital payments network that seeks to replace SWIFT, the current standard money transfer system favored by banks. For this, Ripple, the company that manages XRP, has already forged many partnerships with major banks. While Bitcoin is decentralized, like many other cryptocurrencies, XRP is issued by Ripple, which is a private company that manages certain aspects of the network. This can be reassuring, especially for cryptocurrency investors who are interested in the long term. And this is also what has allowed Ripple to forge so many partnerships with banks, given that the latter would undoubtedly not have agreed to link with a cryptocurrency that is totally decentralized and without legal existence. Another significant difference is that the XRP ledger does not rely on mining to create new tokens like Bitcoin and Ethereum, which could be seen as a bright spot at the moment, as cryptocurrencies have been criticized for the amount of energy used in the mining process. Ripple has pre-mined its XRP tokens, 100 billion of them, periodically issuing new tokens. Next up, we've got another tweet. It's from BC Backer that says, I am an XRP holder. I am sick of the SEC not answering to Congress on whether Bitcoin or Ethereum are securities. But they sue Ripple, claim it is a security, and force U.S. exchanges to delist XRP. Let's have our numbers be heard. The court will listen. Join the list. Most people have filled it out, but only because BC backers said they will not share our info. Now, at this point, we certainly hope so. But anyway, we are glad to be part of this and show the SEC that if we stand together, we are stronger. The best way to stop SEC bullying the crypto companies and investors is that we all must contact our Congress representatives and pressure them to declare crypto as commodity and remove it from SEC jurisdictions. Moving forward, we have this tweet from @Crypto41 that says, Ripple lawsuit raises hopes as crypto mom condemns SEC policy. It is disconcerting to me that for 3 years now, I've been asking for regulatory clarity, and we can't seem to provide any. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce, also known as Crypto Mom among the digital asset community, has voiced her bafflement at the agency's lack of effort to provide clarity in the space. Hester Peirce, who has recently published a statement together with Commissioner Elad Roisman against how the agency regulates cryptocurrencies, has delivered her harshest assessment yet in an interview with Yahoo Finance. It is disconcerting to me that for 3 years now I've been asking for regulatory clarity and we can't seem to provide any. I think this is really becoming a huge barrier to this industry's ability to develop in a safe way and in a way that allows innovation to happen. And it's a real shame to me that we are not just taking up the mantle as regulators to develop a regulatory framework. There are currently 2 out of 5 commissioners publicly voicing their opposition to the SEC's regulation by enforcement practice in the digital asset space. The majority remains willing to continue to file lawsuits against established companies that have been trying to understand and follow the rather ambiguous regulatory framework for their activities. Coinbase, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the United States, has warned the public and investors that the SEC is preparing a case against the firm. Circle, the issuer of the USDC stablecoin, had yesterday announced it, too, is under the scope of the securities regulator. It has received an investigative subpoena from the SEC's Enforcement Division, which requests documents and information regarding certain of our holdings, customer programs, and operations. Next up, we've got another tweet. It comes to us from BondCrypt that says, Stellar joins Ripple in making a case for CBDCs on its blockchain. Now, it seems both are in a CBDC race. The National Bank of Ukraine was testing a CBDC on the Stellar blockchain. Meanwhile, Ripple recently partnered with Bhutan's RMA to trial a CBDC. If we look at that tweet, there's this article from financefeeds.com that says it's hard to talk about the CBDC race without mentioning China. However, as more countries explore state-backed digital currencies, central banks sometimes find themselves turning to none other than altcoins for solutions. Recently, XLM's Stellar released a blog post making a case for CBDCs on its blockchain. With a focus on asset issuance, Stellar proposed several features meant to appeal to central banks. These included adjustable settings for asset access, automatic interoperability, and a clawback feature to reclaim balances from user accounts. But most notably, Stellar's consensus protocol, the SCP, would involve KYC. According to its blog post, SCP relies on validators run by known organizations with verified identities instead of anonymous nodes. Validator acceptance would take about 5 seconds. Issuers, like central banks, could also choose and run their own validator. Furthermore, banks wouldn't be forced to use only XLM and could issue their own assets. What does the coin market's 6th biggest altcoin have in common with the 26th biggest altcoin? The answer? Jed McCaleb, the co-founder and CTO of Stellar, was the founder and CTO of Ripple until around 2014. Now it seems the two companies are in a CBDC race. The National Bank of Ukraine reportedly tested a CBDC on the Stellar blockchain, but a launch date is unknown. Meanwhile, Ripple recently partnered with Bhutan's Royal Monetary Authority to trial a CBDC. It also piloted a private version of its XRP ledger designed especially for central banks. Eco-friendliness is another arena. The XRP Ledger website claimed a single XRP transaction used 0.0079 kilowatt-hours of electricity. To compare, Visa used 0.008 kilowatt-hours for the same. Meanwhile, the Stellar for CBDC's white paper claimed its electricity consumption for one transaction is similar to what the Visa network consumes. Moreover, smart contracts are also a part of it. Ripple has proposed federated sidechains for the XRP ledger to serve the function of smart contracts. The system is now in the preview stage. Meanwhile, Stellar noted, Stellar does not have smart contracts of this type, but in most cases they are unnecessary for the programmability of CBDCs and introduce security risks. The race is on. IMF Managing Director Kristalina Georgiev recently revealed a heady statistic. According to an IMF survey, 110 countries are looking into CBDCs. As more central banks turn to altcoin companies, the question arises, how will decentralized technology providers meet the needs of centralized authorities? Perhaps Ripple or Stellar could be one of the first to offer an answer. Knowing that the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple should quickly lead to a favorable outcome for the company, we can expect that the IPO project will become a reality as early as 2022, which is a powerful bullish argument for cryptocurrency. All that said, time now to take a look at the charts. If you've been following along with us as we use this Frankenstein of a chart, you'll know that we are still looking to figure out exactly when or where we are in the fractal that we have been partially guiding us. While we still wait for more information, we thought we would just take a look at this nasty little move that the fractal suggests is coming just before capitulation. It is the final flush before moon. Well, it was last time. Will we see it again? Maybe, probably, in some form. We are searching for answers as to where we are in the fractal so that we can prepare for this move, because it could be brutal. It looks like a 33 to 35% pullback that lasts about 9.5 days. Yuck. For reference, if we are sitting at $1.50, that could mean a dip to around $1. All the momentum we are feeling right now, all those good vibes, all the people getting sucked in, stand to lose a great deal if this pullback occurs and if those people panic sell. The news will probably be bad. Anyway, this chart is what it is. We look forward to updating it. And as always, we remind you to trade safely, guys, and best of luck to everyone in this community. Now, please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Tell us what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and watching. Don't forget to like this video. Please click on the subscribe button below. Turn on notifications so you get informed whenever we post our amazing content. Thanks again, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.